Good morning, Carl. Jim Currier, CEO of Honeywell Aerospace, fresh from the presentation of what you can expect from Honeywell Aerospace as a standalone company. $6.5 billion in annual profits by 2030, at least. Where do you expect the greatest growth?
Greatest growth for us is going to be occurring in the commercial air transport market and in defense and space. Those are great opportunities where we're well positioned with our products and our technologies, record backlogs in terms of OE for Airbus and Boeing and the like, where we're well positioned. And then if you think about the defense and space, where we have multiple products, multiple technologies across fixed wing, rotary wing, missile systems as well, substantial growth opportunity for us.
What about the supplier issues that impacted some of your results early in Q1? Have they been corrected, and how do you reassure investors and analysts that that's a situation that is a one-time occurrence and it's over?
Well, supply chain will always be a continuous evolving journey for us, right? We have a highly complex integrated supply chain across multiple platforms, multiple products. The specific issue that we saw in Q1 was very acute. We understood it. We saw the momentum increasing going into March and carrying forward into April. But again, it's a highly complex, evolving supply chain infrastructure that we are constantly innovating and adding and increasing momentum.
Quickly, is that totally corrected?
That particular issue in and of itself has resolved itself.
A lot of investors are looking at Honeywell Aerospace and they're saying, boy, I'd love to see a replication of GE Aerospace when it was a standalone company. Not asking you to comment on GE Aerospace, but when investors come to you and they say, why is this, as a pure play, a greater growth opportunity, what do you say?
Well, for us, it unlocks substantial firepower within the business, becoming an independent standalone, right? So we've got a purpose-built management team just solely focused on one strategy, one mission, as opposed to disparate missions as being part of a conglomerate. A purpose-built board of directors as well. Again, one mission, one focus. And the biggest unlock for us is going to be around capital allocation. Those decisions will emanate from my management team in terms of how we want to invest, whether it's organically, inorganically, capitalization within our factories. All of that is controlled with one singular purpose in mind, which is one objective: to drive shareholder value.
Quickly about defense. It's about 40% of Honeywell Aerospace. Are you investing even more, given the stance in terms of what's happened in the Middle East, with Iran, with defense spending around the world?
We are, in fact. And in fact, recently we signed a Department of War framework agreement. It was a one-of-a-kind four-way agreement between ourselves, Department of War, RTX, and Lockheed Martin, built around expanding and increasing production of missile systems where we have substantial content on those precision-guided munitions, and that's an area where we continue to invest, and we'll invest over $500 million of capital to increase that capacity.
Last question. You guys make a lot of technology to prevent runway incursions, but we see this happening more and more. We saw what happened at LaGuardia, and it raises the question, how do you get this technology, which is not mandated for airplanes and airports, will we ever see the end of these runway incursions that we're seeing?
Safety is at the forefront of what we do as part of our DNA and our culture. And safety is not a singular element that drives safety. It's a multi-layered approach to how you address safety in the skies or on the ground, or on approaches, if you've described as what happened at LaGuardia. So our surface alert technology is an enabler of enhancing safety by bringing pilot situational awareness enhancements to the pilot to react sooner to any potential objects that may be on the runway. So that's just one element, though. And so everything that we do is just building safety on top of safety through layer of technology on top of layer of technology.
Do more of those technologies need to be mandated?
You know, I mean, that's a decision ultimately to be decided. I think the value of the offering in and of itself will be enough to drive adoption, and we're seeing that happening.
Jim Currier, CEO of Honeywell Aerospace, less than a month to the spinoff. Guys, we'll send it back to you.